Hi, I'm Allison. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Made of Air, and this is our quarterly check-in for Q2 2023. I have some exciting announcements at Made of Air. We're launching 2 new series. The first is a climate crash course where we're going to take very complex climate topics and break them down into simplified discussions. And the second is a new podcast that we're working on. This podcast is our opportunity to dive in deeper into climate topics. And our first episode will be soon online, and this episode is going to cover the world of plastics. We're also excited to announce that Evra van der Zee is our new chair of the board here at Made of Air. You may have seen a video that we released online with some Q&A between her and myself. We are super excited to have Evra. Last month, I had the wonderful opportunity to participate in the Klosters Forum in Switzerland, and I heard some pretty incredible discussions developing. It was a small group of people laser focused on the topic of systems change within the built environment. We talked about planetary boundaries. We talked about systems change versus climate change. We talked about donut economics, and all of these topics were super exciting for me as somebody who's working in a company that I consider to be on the front line in mitigating actual emissions with companies. I came away quite hopeful. I'm very optimistic about the work to be done, but it is a significant amount of work to be done in materials. So this quarter we worked a lot with companies on their abatement curves, and these are graphs that companies build to be able to understand and plot different decarbonization technologies versus their cost to decarbonize. And these curves are very important for companies as they start to put roadmaps in place for how they're going to transition their Scope 3 materials emissions, what choices they're going to make, and what it's going to cost them as a company to make these changes. Most of the materials that they're working with are plastics, and within plastics, you don't have a lot of options as a company facing this climate challenge. A lot of the companies are working with a virgin fossil plastic, and their options are really to move to a bioplastic or a recycled plastic. Companies that are making the decision to go for recycled plastics are able to mitigate 48% of emissions related to those materials. And that's quite a figure, but 48% is only halfway. With Made of Air, using our technology and our fillers, we can actually get them completely to net zero. This is a low-cost way, a low-barrier way that companies already working with recycled plastics can move toward their net zero strategies. So we've had a very busy quarter, having very exciting conversations with customers, learning a lot about what this technology can do in the market. And we're looking forward to continuing that learning and that progress, and we'll see you in Q3.